Looking forward to seeing your work. Hopefully I'll learn a thing or two.
Number 10. No tape on the eyes. Did you know that corneal abrasions are a major risk when a patient is under general anesthesia?
What the hell are you doing?
I'm teaching and she's learning.
She needs help.
And so, during surgery, the patient's eyes are almost always taped shut to protect against such injuries.
Someone please step on the floor, or do you want me to go in blind?
Dr. Yang, put down that scalpel!
Well, if everything you know about medicine comes from watching Grey's Anatomy, then you wouldn't know that, because patients' eyes are not taped shut during surgeries at Seattle Grace. We guess they're just really lucky that they haven't yet had a patient suffer a corneal injury due to their decision not to follow this common medical practice.
But I'm not the one operating.
This is a lot of blood.
She's crashing.
You're overthinking it.
Number 9. The pigeon and the wire. When we say bird on a wire, what comes to mind? For some people, it might be the 1990 action comedy starring Mel Gibson and Goldie Hawn. And for others, it could be the classic Leonard Cohen song.
Like a bird on the wire, like a drum in an old midnight choir.
Well, allow us to add the 8th episode of the 2nd season of Grey's Anatomy to that list.
How sad.
Oh, crap!
For it is in said episode that a pigeon saves George's life by causing him to move out of the way just before a man tragically falls from the sky onto the spot where he previously stood. We could get into a whole discussion of fate and chance, but today we're just here to point out the wire attached to the pigeon's leg.
And that sometimes, despite all your best choices and all your best intentions, fate wins anyway.
Number 8. Dry jeans. In season 2, Dr. Bailey is pregnant, and in the 16th episode of the season, her water breaks while she's standing outside with her interns.
What do you want me to tell Dr. Montgomery Shepherd when she answers her page?
Tell her my contractions are 10 minutes apart and my water just broke all over your shoes.
Now, we could use this time to talk about how only 10% of women experience their water breaking before they've gone into labor. And usually it's a trickle of water and not the mega gush that we hear when Bailey's breaks.
Do you think I have time for this?
I am pregnant.
I'm supposed to be on bed rest. I'm supposed to be growing a human being. I'm supposed to be calm. Do I look calm to you?
But we won't, because technically what happened to Dr. Bailey is indeed possible. However, we draw the line of possible at her jeans being bone dry as she gets into the wheelchair following the surprise watershed of amniotic fluid.
Just get off me!
Number 7. What time is it?
Came back here the minute my fellowship was done. The day they told me I would be chief, I was standing right there in that OR.
The smallest details stick out in the biggest moments. This scene begins with a shot of Dr. Weber's watch and then pans up to his face as he sits in an observation room looking down on an empty OR. The camera moves pretty fast, but if we pay close attention, or just hit pause for a second, we can see that his watch shows the time as 6:30 p.m. What's wrong with that, you ask? Well, nothing until a few moments later, when Dr. Bailey comes in to deliver some devastating news.
Dinah Duquette died at 7:42 this evening.
Damn it.
Maybe Dr. Weber is one of those people who sets their watch back over an hour so that he gets places early.
Yeah, I have the answers, but I can't tell them to you.
Number 6. Burke's missing blood. Doctors can sometimes perform miracles, but making a pool of blood disappear and reappear would, we assume, be beyond their abilities.
I think so.
But you're not sure.
I'm not sure.
As longtime Grey's Anatomy fans might remember, Dr. Burke gets shot near the end of the 2nd season, and when Dr. Bailey finds him on the ground, there's a pool of blood by his head that continues to get bigger.
I need some help!
However, at one point, we see the scene from a low angle, and that pool of blood is barely there. But cut to the next overhead shot, and it's back. Yeah, we'd say that's a pretty noticeable continuity error.
I'm fine.
You need to lay down. You've lost a lot of blood.
I'm fine.
Number 5. Fire, no fire. Season 13 ends with a fire on one of the upper floors of the hospital, trapping surgical resident Stephanie Edwards and a young girl, Erin.
It's okay. You're okay, all right? You're okay. We're okay. We're gonna go. I'm gonna take you to see your parents. It's okay.
The two of them are able to make it to the stairwell, but going down the stairs is impossible due to the flames. So they head up towards the roof.
One step at a time. One step at a time. Here we go.
When they reach the door to the roof, the fire has continued to climb behind them. Thankfully, they make it through, and the fire department is able to put out the fire. However, as the firefighters follow a blood trail up the stairwell to find them, there is absolutely no fire damage. Maybe it was one of those fires that cleans up after itself?
Would depend on our proximity to the blast.
Captain, over here.
Number 4, the Elad cutting. The Izzy Stevens-Denny Duquette love story was one of the most memorable storylines of those early Grey's seasons. And it was an emotional moment when Izzy cut Denny's Elvad wire, essentially stopping his heart in order for him to get priority for a heart transplant. But when Denny ended up dying from a stroke and Izzy confessed to what she'd done, she was fired. No, wait. That is what would have happened if this was a real hospital and not a fake TV hospital.
I thought I was a surgeon, but I am not. So I quit.
Not only that, but she was allowed to return when she decided she wanted back in. Sure, she was put on probation for a bit, but it still seems like she got off easy.
You have no authority, you have no opinions, and you have no choice in this matter. Am I understood?
Number 3, wearing jewelry in surgery.
Oh, this is an unexpected surprise, Chief. You need something?
We all know that doctors have to wash their hands really well and put on gloves before entering an OR to perform surgery. But what they're also asked to do, if not required to do, is remove their jewelry. And while they can probably keep their belly button ring in, and they can get away with not removing their cute ankle bracelet, earrings need to be removed.
Get out of there.
I can clear the field with
Get
this.
his chest ready. Greg, we're going in.
Okay, I'm pulling out.
Imagine a situation where an earring falls off and into a patient. And yet, all too often, surgeons at Seattle Grace perform their surgical duties with hoops hanging off their ears.
Stop right now. Just stop the surgery. Stop it.
Number 2, where are the nurses? Over the many seasons of Grey's Anatomy, we have seen countless changes take place at the hospital. But one thing that has remained constant during the lengthy run is the show's disregard for nurses.
Oh, okay. I get it. You're the doctor, I'm the nurse. I should know my place, right?
No. Okay, enough. There is a doctor-nurse protocol in this hospital for a reason. You know it, I know it. Let's just agree to follow it.
The show's doctors have done things that, in real life, would be in the nurse's purview. This includes the constant patient interactions, as well as monitoring, advocacy, and education.
No, that's not your job.
I think it is.
To undermine surgeons and alarm patients.
To care for patients. That's my job.
It makes us wonder why the nurses' strike back in season 2 was such a big deal, given that the show makes it seem like the nurses aren't that important to the hospital anyway.
Wait, you want me to cross the picket line? Yeah. Why?
Because they're our patients too, George. We can't.
Number 1, psoriasis isn't sorosis. They might kinda sound the same, but psoriasis and sorosis are two very different things.
In peds, we have miracles and magic. In peds, anything is possible.
Psoriasis is a skin disease that presents in the form of red, itchy skin, usually on the elbows, knees, or scalp. Sorosis, on the other hand, is a fibrosis of the liver, and as it advances, it can become life-threatening. While we would be forgiven for not knowing all that, it's definitely something a doctor should know.
Okay, I know this is the first time on a peds rotation with me for some of you, not for others. But I wanted you to understand that I run my peds unit a little differently than you may be used to.
And yes, we know that Jessica Capshaw, who plays Arizona Robbins on Grey's, is not a real doctor. But we also know that the show has real doctors who consult on the show. They should have caught the mistake when Arizona diagnosed a kid with psoriasis when she obviously meant cirrhosis. See for yourself.
Jared Cole suffered biliary disease since birth, complains of increasing jaundice, edema, frequent fevers.
So his condition has gotten much worse. And if the bile continues to build up, then we're looking at psoriasis or possible liver failure.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.